The wealthy should pay their fair share.
Yes, wealthy should pay their fair share.
What is a fair share? What percentage?
So you're saying that you're saying that they're paying their fair share is what you're saying?
No, I'm asking what percentage is a fair share?
Their fair share, the same, if a third of my money is going to taxes, then I think a third of their money should be going to taxes. It does. Well, it does.
I'm trying to understand because you realize the effective tax rate on the poor is less than it is on the rich, right?
Okay, so first of all, I'm not the poor. I'm very close to that line, but I'm not the poor.
Okay, so the effective tax rate on the middle class is less than it is on the rich, correct? What fair share would you like to change the tax rate to on the wealthiest what percentage of Americans so it's a fair share?
So let's say the wealthy 1% could pay, let's say if they paid, let's just give them 45%.
All right, guys, so happy Memorial Day, a day where we take the time to celebrate, honor, and remember the fallen heroes who lost their lives while serving in the United States military, fighting for this country, fighting for our freedoms. Those people, those heroes that, again, died during the line of duty. We take time to remember them and to celebrate them today. But apparently, there are a couple members of Congress who apparently don't know what today is really about. Woke Democrat congresswomen who, I mean, let's be honest. Is anybody surprised, right, that these people would screw up a Memorial Day tweet, which is what happened, right? They got a whole lot of backlash because they put out tweets that suggested that they don't actually really know what Memorial Day is about. Again, incredibly embarrassing for two sitting women in Congress. But then again, you know, these two, they're definitely not the brightest bulbs compared to the general population, not just their colleagues in Congress, okay? As, again, they posted two tweets that have now been deleted because it is showing that they really don't understand exactly why we celebrate Memorial Day, which, again, is shameful for two sitting Congress members. So let's read here. Two members of the squad lost points Monday with social media posts that were criticized for missing the point of the Memorial Day holiday. Both reps Ilhan Omar and Cori Bush posted and then deleted tweets for Memorial Day that called for providing support and services to America's military veterans, drawing sharp rebukes for seeming to miss the point that Memorial Day is dedicated to honoring the memory of those who gave their lives in service to this country. Observed annually on the last Monday of May, Memorial Day commemorates the men and women who died while in the military service, according to the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs, and is distinct from Veterans Day, which honors all military veterans on November 11th each year. In a now deleted tweet, Omar wrote, "On Memorial Day, we honor the heroic men and women who served our country. We owe them more than our gratitude. They have more than earned access to quality mental health services, job opportunities, housing assistance, and the benefits they were promised." Okay, so I'm not sure how dead soldiers, okay, can benefit from this, right? Again, this is how you know that she didn't know what the actual meaning was of Memorial Day, because she is basically speaking about giving access to services when the people that Memorial Day are meant to honor are dead. They're not alive, right? So she obviously thinks that this is Veterans Day in regards to the meaning of this holiday, and that's just not the case. I'm not entirely sure why you have two holidays to celebrate the same exact thing, but apparently this is what they think. Similarly, Bush wrote, quote, "This Memorial Day and every day, we honor our veterans in St. Louis. We must invest in universal health care, aka socialized medicine, affordable housing, comprehensive mental health services, and educational and economic opportunities for our veterans as we work to build a world free of war and violence." So she says that this Memorial Day and every day we honor our veterans in St. Louis. Okay, so this is not what Memorial Day is for. Okay, it is not to honor veterans that are currently living, that are alive. That's not what it's for. So again, these investments in healthcare, housing, mental health services, and all this other stuff she's talking about, not really going to be helpful to those who are supposed to be honored on Memorial Day. It's just pretty hilarious that they didn't realize this. Both congresswomen were loudly criticized for their tweets by conservatives and right-leaning accounts, with many online commentators sarcastically noting that mental health services and so on are of little use to the deceased, a sampling of the critiques. Ilhan Omar misunderstanding Memorial Day is incredibly on brand. This is what John Hanson said. In Wokeness says, holy slit. Rep Ilhan Omar and Cori Bush just deleted their Memorial Day tweets after revealing they have no clue what it is. Real J Sanders says Veterans Day, celebrating those who are alive and serving and have served. Memorial Day, observing those who perish while serving their country. These two shouldn't even be in office, pandering for their programs and using the wrong day to do it. You need to do better. Yeah, they do need to do better. I mean, this is par for the course when it comes to these individuals, right? I'm not surprised at all. This person says, so do any of the squad members actually know what Memorial Day is? Omar and Bush have deleted these tweets. Yeah, so they deleted the tweets after the massive backlash. Ilhan Omar put out this tweet implying that she actually knew what Memorial Day meant. She says, on Memorial Day, let's say thank you to the brave men and women who selfishly sacrificed their lives in service to our country. Thank you to families who have also sacrificed and have dedicated their time to ensuring their loved ones are remembered. Yeah, so again, this type of ignorance is exactly why these people should not be in office. And when it comes to one of these squad members, Cori Bush, it looks like there's a good chance that she could be voted out of office because just like Jamal Bowman, who's also a member of the squad, he's the symbol of the squad, she is facing a primary challenge that probably is going to end up getting her up out of Congress. Take a look.
County Prosecutor Wesley Bell is winning the race to raise money in his bid against Congresswoman Cori Bush.
The incumbent Democrat has opposed Israel's war against Hamas, and now donors are lining up behind Bell. Our political editor Mark Maxwell is in the newsroom with more on this.
Big money from some big names is pouring into campaign coffers here in St. Louis as Wesley Bell and Cori Bush prepare for the final 100-day stretch in this contentious primary. The race is already exposing some deep dividing lines in the Democratic Party. When she officially launched her campaign for a third term,
I need y'all to make it clear that they're trying to buy this seat.
Congresswoman Cori Bush called out a group trying to defeat her.
It's called AIPAC.
New campaign filings with the Federal Election Commission show AIPAC's Super PAC funneled $4.1 million to congressional candidates last month, including $387,000 to Wesley Bell's campaign. The contributions boosted Bell's campaign war chest up to $1.7 million in total donations, with $1.1 million left to spend. Bush tried to paint AIPAC and its campaign operations as partisan.
Those groups take money from mostly Republicans.
But spending records show 63% of its money goes to Democrats.
Are there any groups of people that you would decline a campaign contribution from?
You know, we would have to take that on a case-by-case.
Since this December interview, Bell has reported contributions from St. Louis billionaire David Stewart from Worldwide Technologies, hedge fund billionaire Daniel Loeb, and LinkedIn founder Reid Hoffman, a major Biden donor, who also helped fund Nikki Haley's primary campaign against Donald Trump.
This is the sandbox that we play in. We have to raise money.
Prolific donors to Bush's campaign includes the Squad Victory Fund, Progressive Voices for Peace, and NBA star Kyrie Irving, who was suspended by the Brooklyn Nets 2 years ago for failure to disavow anti-Semitism, a topic Bush addressed in January.
You heard the progressive Jews of St. Louis up here. They understand my congresswoman is not anti-Semitic. This is not about anti-Semitism. This is not about whether I hate Jewish people or not, because I absolutely don't. What it is about is white supremacy.
Bush's team calls Wesley Bell a Trojan horse, in their words, working to, quote, sell out St. Louis. We've learned that Wesley Bell's campaign has reached out to try and begin conversations about arranging a debate between the two. No indication from Cori Bush's team that she'll agree to one.
Yeah, so what's hilarious about this is the fact that Cori Bush, who always complains about being called anti-Semitic, she turns around and says, well, the anti-Semitism claims against me are inaccurate, And this is not about anti-Semitism. This is about white supremacy, right? So again, it's just so funny because she's mad that her opponent is basically running a campaign against her for her alleged anti-Semitism. But yet she basically, her whole campaign, what she's done in the past has just been based off smearing her opponents, anybody that disagrees with her, as a white supremacist, which is hilarious because this guy is black and the people that are funding him, I guess you could argue, are probably most likely people who support Israel, who probably a lot of whom are Jewish, okay, not necessarily white, right? Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where white supremacy comes into play here, but according to her, this black guy that is being funded by a pro-Israel lobby or pro-Israel lobbies, yeah, this guy is a white supremacist, right? This is about white supremacy. It doesn't make sense. Again, this is why I don't participate in the woke victimhood wars, okay? Because both sides, okay, with their infinity stones of wokeness, it's just a battle to see which stone is the most powerful one, right? And I don't like it, okay? I really don't. I mean, at the end of the day, if Cori Bush gets voted out of office, it would be great, okay? Because she's too dumb to be a sitting member of Congress. But the person she's going to be replaced with is going to be just as woke as she is. He'll just be pro-Israel, right? So to me, it's almost like, well, at least she's gone, right? At least this dummy is out of Congress. But at the same time, effectively, nothing's going to really change, right? It's going to be all the same if this guy ends up beating her, which it looks like he could, okay? Because it seems like the polls are showing that this guy has a great chance of beating her, just like Jamal Bowman's opponent has a great chance of beating him. So the squad, some of the members could possibly be on up out of there, right? This election cycle, and sooner than later, we're going to find out, right? They quite literally could be gone, okay? Going out of Congress. Also, Cori Bush, there's accusations from the DOJ of her misusing campaign funds. She has a lot of things to worry about, okay? And I can tell you right now, white supremacy is not one of those things that she needs to worry about. What she needs to worry about is her constituents and whether or not they're going to actually show up to vote for her. I mean, who knows? They might. They probably will. I don't know. But again, this guy is black, right? He's black. The only difference is he's just pro-Israel, okay? So he's a black progressive. He's just pro-Israel. That's the difference. I'm just saying, in the latest polls I've seen from this woman, she's getting blown out just like Jamal Bowman was getting blown out. So I'm just saying, that ain't white supremacy what's happening to you, right? That's something else, okay? I'm just saying, okay? I just find the irony here to be hilarious, okay? This woman smearing all of her opponents as white supremacists and racist, okay? That is how she's built her career. Now her career is going to come to an end, probably because her opponent is smearing her as an anti-Semite, right? And it seems as if she doesn't like it when the victim card and the bigotry card is pulled on her, right? It's hilarious how that works. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.